What is the dumbest thing you got punished for in school? In middle school, one of my friends brought Hello Kitty band-aids to school and our entire friend group decided to wear them as an accessory. Hands, arms, because they were cute. Our English teacher wrote us up and demanded that we don't wear bandages for the rest of the year because he saw them as gang symbolism.
What
A
in
Hello
the
Kitty
world?
band-aid gang. I still don't understand his thought process. Walks into a small store, alright, you cute little kitties, give us all of the money, or we will hug you.
Dude, I mean, what is the teacher thinking right here? You were band-aids and now you were in a gang member? Where did he come up with that kind of stuff? Yo, what's good guys? Calum here, and today we're about to be looking at what is the dumbest thing you got punished for in school. Don't forget to give this video an early thumbs up. Let's get this video to maybe 300 likes. It will literally make my day. And make sure to leave it in the comment section below. Do you like school? Man, honestly, I do not like school because a lot of the stuff that they teach is useless. You know, that's how I feel. And I also get in trouble a lot in school too. But anyways, today we're about to be looking at some dumbest stuff that the kids did and got in trouble for it.
Flip the monitor screen upside down. Control and Alt and arrow key. Got banned from using any school computer for the rest of the year.
What?
I did this by mistake once, and told my friend about it. After I left, he decided to flip the screen and leave it that way. I got in trouble for leaving the computer in an inoperable state. They had to re-image the whole thing.
Dude, can you just not fix it with Control Alt Up? You know? And the kid that got punished for the rest of the year, whenever he needed a computer, what he gonna use? You know, he's not getting a proper education if you ban him from using the computer.
6th grade, a classmate got to school without her backpack and I was the only one to notice. School started and she was looking for her bag and I told her I saw her arrive without it, after which she started yelling at me for no reason, telling everyone that I had hid her bag. I exploded with laughter, because it was funny that she was blaming me. Teachers came and sent me to the principal's office. Nobody believed me. I guess giggling didn't help. I was in detention until this kid's mom called the school to let her stupid daughter know that she forgot her backpack. I'm 33 now and not so long ago I saw this girl again. I went to say hello and to remind her of that day, which to me it's still funny. She didn't react at all to that. Yeah, still am butthole Susan. Freaking Susan. Holding my pencil the wrong way. Teachers hated it. They tried those little rubber things, and nothing worked. I liked my way. I have nice handwriting, by the way. Well, this really irked my 5th grade math teacher, so she started to dock 5 points on every test or quiz I held my pencil wrong. When my father asked what it was about, and I told him, he laughed and said, "Keep going."
At least the father didn't even care. Man, the teacher is messed up. You know, you deducted the points for the student because he's holding the pencil the wrong way. I mean, that's the way he like to hold it, you know, his natural way of holding the pencil. What is wrong with that? He still got like a nice handwriting. I don't see anything wrong with that, you know. The teacher is messed up.
4th grade. This crazy girl who was always talking to herself told me about her elaborate plan to kill the teacher. I told the teacher and got in trouble for gossiping. Talking during lunch. The policy was a silent lunch, also with silent class hours, meaning the children weren't allowed to talk, which essentially gave everyone a half hour of recess to get out all of that built up energy. Understandably, my 5-year-old self was not down with that. We were in the process of being dismissed anyway. It technically counted as recess time. I have a somewhat common sounding name. However, I've only ever really encountered 2 people with my name. One of them was in middle school. He was black. I'm white. One time I got called to the principal's office for something that happened on the bus on the way to school. I wasn't a bus rider. All the other students involved were black. One look at me, and the principal knew it wasn't me. So, I was dismissed. The next year, I decided to cut class with a couple of friends. We just took off running across the field behind the cafeteria at the end of lunch. As we ran, one of the administrators saw us, and another friend of ours was close by. pretty sure he got grilled and ratted us out. My 2 other friends got suspended, and I never heard a peep. I suspect the opposite happened. The black kid with my name got called in, and they obviously knew he wasn't involved. TL. DR. Me and a black kid with the same name got each other out of trouble by being different races. This could be a sitcom. You guys could live together and get in wacky antics and social misunderstandings.
Oh my god, that was amazing. You can't imagine like you having a same name as someone and they help you get out of the trouble. That was pretty cool.
Being left-handed on the first day of first grade, the teacher took away my pencil and made me use my right hand. When my mother picked me up, I told her what happened. She talked to the principal, who apologized, then called in the teacher to make her apologize. The rest of the school year was very tense. Another event occurred to me. I got a day of internal suspension in high school for having an overdue library book. I had returned it in time, but the librarian put it on the wrong cot and it was shelved without being scanned back in. I know this because a few days after I returned the book, I saw it on the shelf. I still had to pay the overdue book fine. I wasn't permitted to graduate college until I returned or paid for a book I had only had for 24H and late fees, because the library lost it. I very much feel your pain.
Man, that is so painful, It wasn't even your fault and they gonna blame you for it.
Refusing to dance in kindergarten. We were doing some activity that involved dancing. I didn't want to and I convinced a friend to join me in protest, so they sent me to the principal's office and called my mom. Dang the man. Starting a huge conga line my senior year. One morning, I went to my locker and was taking to my friends. We decided to start to conga for some stupid reason. I was in the front, so I led us down the hallway. I started to point at people and tell them to join the party. I told them to invite anybody that they knew. I led us through the cafeteria, through the gym, and when I decided to walk to the principal's office, a teacher stopped us and said that the conga line was a fire hazard since it had gotten so long. I told him that was dumb. If there was a fire, we'd conga right out of the school. They gave me a good taking to for being a smart butt. Also, I was going to get paddled by the principal for fighting. He told me he liked me, so he was only going to give me 1 paddling. I said if he really liked me, he would give me 2. I was suspended.
Wow, that was a savage moment right there. He said, I need 2 paddles at least, okay? Your first paddle was weak.
Hugging a friend of mine. School had a no PDA rule and they cracked down on it. I had just seen my friend for the first time after winter break. I gave her a hug for like a second. I am also female. Teacher saw it and threw a fit and I would up talking to the principal. Good thing the principal was a smart lady. She let me and my friend off with a warning. I never hugged anyone in school after that. What the frick kind of rule is that?
Yeah, it's so
In
it's so
5th
messed
grade we
up.
were starting an assignment, and the Tay was going around passing out the papers we needed. I was going through my pencil case mumbling kind of a supply checklist to myself. Pencil, sharpener, eraser. She hands me the sheet, and I say, paper. She looks at me all weird and walks away. Don't know what that was about, but I start working. About a minute later the teacher walks up to me and says I have to stay in for detention at recess. What? Reason? The Tay thought I said payback. Apparently as in there'll be payback for giving me this paper. I guess it was completely retarded. I explained
so
myself,
retarded.
but they just weren't having it. We argued until lunch, and I was getting increasingly off to the point where I was on the verge of tears. Eventually everyone left, and the teacher said, okay, I believe you. I don't think you'd be this upset if you weren't telling the truth. Just apologize and you can go out with the rest of the class. That peed me off even more. I asked what I was supposed to apologize for. Just say you're sorry, we misunderstood you, then you can go play. I took the detention. Cracking my back. The teacher wrote me up for doing gymnastics in class and sent me to the principal. He laughed and asked if I did a barrel roll. I had to have it signed by my parents as well, who laughed too. It was funny for everybody, but at the end of the day I was still stuck on a Saturday morning doing stupid work. Still bitter. Reading during class. This was computer class. They were teaching us how to open a Word document. The detention was lunch detention. They assumed that me, a lonely little 6th grader, would be in agony by not eating in the lunchroom, but instead a quiet room. I just happily ate my lunch and read my book more. My senior year of high school, power went out and neither my mom's nor my alarm went off. This was 30 years ago. No cell phone alarms. Neither one of us woke up in time to get me to school on time. She brought me in late with a note saying it wasn't my fault that I was late. They gave me a detention for an unexcused tardy. I go off that it wasn't unexcused. That I had the note that said I wasn't the cause of me being late. The office person said that note wasn't a valid excuse. I say something along the lines of, so you're telling me that if I would have lied and said that I had a doctor's appointment, I would be fine? She says yes. I tell her that's bulls and all they are doing is telling people to lie instead of telling the truth. She says something along the lines of, someday I'll learn that telling the truth is its own reward and that lying has its own consequences. I said, but those consequences are detention. I was furious. I went to the phones at school, pay phones, and called my mom at work. Told her the story and an hour later I got called back down to the office. Apparently my mom had written the wrong thing on the note. I was at a doctor's appointment that morning, so I didn't have to serve a detention. Moral of the story, lying gets you places in life.
Dang, that truly is the situation right there. You had to lie to get out of the detention. Man, that kind of sucks. You had to lie for it, But the mom was smart. She was thinking on her shoes right there. She was like, if I don't lie, then my son is about to get a detention. I'd rather just lie because it's technically not his fault that he woke out late because the power was out. You can't blame him.
In 4th grade I drew a picture of Link from Zelda, and included a crappy portrayal of the Master Sword. Went to principal's office, and had my parents called. I must have been in 1st or 2nd grade. I was sitting with a kid on the bus to school that I got along with. We weren't great friends, but we'd talk on the way to school. I have no clue what started this convo, but he starts asking me if I thought a grenade could blow up the bus. Well, I guess. What about an RPG? I guess. A tank could definitely do it. That wasn't verbatim, but you get the gist. It was some kid just idly daydreaming, probably about Call of Duty or something. I do remember that this day I'd been reading when he started this convo. I replied with nothing other than yay, makes sense, or I guess. We both were suspended from riding the bus for a week.
Wow,
English class in 10th grade. We had a test on a book we were supposed to be reading. The entire test was short answer and I had literally not read a single word of the book, meaning it would be next to impossible for me to guess any of the correct answers. When the teacher was passing out the exams, I politely said to her, I'm sorry, but I didn't read at all, so you can just keep my paper. She told me that she was very disappointed and asked me to at least write my name on the test so that she knew I was present that day. I wrote my name at the top in pen. According to the syllabus in that class, using a pen on any of the assignments results in -2 points on the grade. I received a -2 on a test for that. I would have performed better by staying home that day.
Wow, I feel so bad for the kid. Man, he just wrote his name and -2 points.
Got yelled at in 6th grade. I was bused to a bad neighborhood by the guard watching us on the playground for being on the sidewalk, not the blacktop. I said, okay, sorry, and did a little wave. She detained me and drilled me. What gang sign did you throw up at me? I was this little 10-year-old white Mormon girl and didn't even know what a gang sign was. Because a girl slapped me as a joke. I got lunch detention, but I just skipped it because I thought the zero tolerance policy was balls. My name is spelled with a H in the middle, which is unusual for said name to be spelled for the female variant. In year 7, a teacher went off on me when I was writing on the front of a book saying that wasn't my name and I'd spelled it wrong on purpose. Cue a very long argument I lost, which resulted in me having to write lines of the spelling without the H in my lunch break while the teacher berated me for lying about something I wasn't actually lying about. Reminds me of a sub we had that wouldn't believe that my classmate's name was Gideon. Like, that's an older name, sure, but it's perfectly normal and biblical even. The sub flipped the frick out. thought everyone was messing with her, that was his name, and he got sent down to the principal.
Dang, that would be an awkward situation. Like, Gideon is his real name, and then you're having a conversation with your principal, like, how do I make out a fake name? You know, it's my real name. You can see it on my driver's license, you know.
No crap. 4th year of school in PE, playing with a big parachute, I burped, excused myself and was told to remove myself from the lesson. My friend got detention in 2nd grade for burping. For not doing anything. We had recess and the janitor came to me and said, yeah, you have detention. I said, why? He said, you know why? I still don't get it. There was a kid in my class with obvious behavioral problems, but the school didn't do jack crap to help him. One day at recess, some other kids were playing keep away with his hat. He has a total meltdown and just starts attacking one of the kids, throwing punches, kicking, screaming, trying to defuse the situation. I walk up behind him and bear hug him so he stops punching this kid in the face and just keeps saying calm down. At that moment I hear a teacher screaming my name. I turn and see her watching from a window. A minute later she comes running outside yelling at me and drags me to the principal's office. My parents are called and I have to have a conference with the teacher, principal, my mom, the other kid, his parents. Nothing I say matters because this teacher saw me beating this kid up from her window. I ended up with detention, had to apologize to this kid and his parents, and was suspended from the basketball team. It's especially sad because you did exactly what you're supposed to do when someone's having a meltdown like that, to help them chill out.
I mean, the kid that you're holding, did he not defend you? What's going on here? You know, the kid that is having a meltdown, he could have said, oh, he was just holding me back. He was actually helping me, not beating me up. But I guess the kid didn't even say anything to help him. That is just so sad. You were supposed to do what you were supposed to do, but you also got punished for it.
I was in the 4th grade. Prior to being dropped off at school by my dad, I had discovered an old school Lego spear. You know, the little brown ones, and a rubber band. I had likewise discovered that if you stretch the rubber band around the length of the spear and then pull slightly on it, you can make a square shape with the spear propping up 2 of the corners. This is amazing, I thought to myself. I conveniently forgot that if you pull on the sides of the rubber band too much, that the spear goes flying. So I brought my new square making toy in to show all of my friends, and they were about as impressed as you all are reading this. We're waiting in line to go to one of our classes and I'm showing a friend, and lo and behold, the spear flies out of the rubber band and hits our teacher in the glasses. She just stares at me. I stare at her, and she says go to the principal's office. I find out that she claimed that I was attempting to kill her. The principal just laughed while all 3 of us were in her office, and she told me that she had to call my dad and he had to come in. The principal relayed the story and now my dad's laughing too. TL. DR. My teacher thought I was attempting to kill her with a Lego spear.
At least the principal has some common sense, and the dad also had a lot of common sense. But except for the teacher did not have any common sense right there, okay? But I'm just thankful there's still a lot of people who have common sense right there, you know? It'll make the world a lot better place. Yeah, so this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell notification, and my social media link is in the description below. And yeah, my name is Calvin, and I see you guys next video.